When you spend a lot of time on a biathlon track from an early age, because your mother is a well-known winter biathlonist and your dad is a winter biathlon coach, it seems that real life is not going to give you a lot of options. Anastasiya Merkushyna did not even resist and did not look long for a sport to get into. She went to sleep one night and woke up the next morning wearing a pair of skis, so to say. And now she is confidently becoming an up-and-coming star of the biathlon. This is about the aspirations, desires and dreams of biathlonist Anastasiya Merkushyna. Zodiac sign: Capricorn. Favorite color: red. Season of the year: winter. Favorite vacation spot: Zakarpattia. Favorite book: the one I'm reading right now. Hobby: reading. Favorite subject in school: history. Favorite movie: Pride and Prejudice. Many like to joke that Anastasiya Merkushyna was born on skis. Of course, since her mother is an active sportswoman, Irina Merkushyna, who is also a prize winner of the World Biathlon Relay Championship, and her father is Oleg Merkushin, a winter biathlon coach, she learned to ski around the same age she learned to walk. No one offered me anything, and no one chose anything for me. Neither in my childhood nor today. I demanded skis from my parents so much that at some point, when I finally got them, I took them with me to the bathroom and everywhere else around the house. I even sleep with them, because it was so difficult to find a good pair of children's skis. My mother really likes telling this story, so for me taking up the sport of skiing was a fairly conscious choice. Anastasiya calls her mother Irina her idol in the biathlon. Back when her mother was performing, our team did not have such conditions as it does today. There was not much attention paid to the sport, there were no interested sponsors, and there were no stable results. But there were medals, there were real stars, and there were examples to follow. It is quite an interesting story. It was the first time I got into a junior world championship. It was rather unexpected, because I came for ski races. At the same time, a biathlon was taking place, and I was offered to participate. Nastya, would you like to give it a try? You do some shooting at home, don't you? So I agreed by asked from what position to shoot, lying down or standing. I thought I had to try it out because I had never done it before. But the start day of the championship was of no interest to her. She had to work hard as a ticket to the Junior World Championship was at stake. When I got up in the morning, the weather was horrible. It was snowing and the wind was strong. My mother looked at me and said, "Maybe don't take part in that race. You don't need it that much, do you?" But I said that I had been preparing for it, so I'll go. In the end, I was 1 second ahead Varvinets. My results were recounted about 5 times probably, as nobody could believe it was even possible. So I was selected to compete at the World Cup after my first biathlon race. The first start at the Junior World Championship was far from producing any medals, although later Anastasiya managed to rise on the pedestals and, along with her friends in the relay team, accept some gold medal awards. The season of 2016-2017 can be considered the real start of Anastasiya in the adult biathlon. She went from fire right into the frying pan. 2 bronze medals at the European Championship in the Polish town of Dużnic-Zdrój, and an incredible success together with Irina Varvinets, Julia Dzima and Olena Pitgrushna at the World Championship in Australia's Hochfilzen. There, our women's team rose to the second step of the pedestal. Anastasiya's parents prepared her for the fact that it will not be easy to reach the peaks in the biathlon from an early age, and also the fact that she was going to earn money by competing in sports. The girl understood this when she was 3.5 years old. When she was 3.5 years old and we were walking around Lviv, she saw a bum washing bottles in a puddle. She fell silent under her impressions. Then she asked me what he was doing, so I told her how difficult it was for some people to earn money, and that he washed bottles and then turned them in exchange for money in order to buy some food and stave off his hunger. Young Anastasiya remembered that incident very well. Back then she realized that in order to be successful and happy, she would have to train hard and learn a lot. So she walked in silence, and then she said, "You know, I will study diligently at school when I grow up, and then I'll go to college, and I will have a good job, and I will earn a lot of money, and you and Dad will never be left wanting for anything." Then she thought for a bit and added, "You know what? I will win the Olympic Games. They'll give me a house and a car. No, 2 cars. I'll give one to you and take the other one for myself." I said that was also a nice option. A year before the start of the Winter Olympics in Korea is just the time to dream about medals. Biathlon in the white game brought Ukraine 5 out of 7 historic awards. Naturally, the main hopes of the pedestal were associated with the performances of shooting skiers. Women's relay race is our main trump card, but the chances of breaking into the top 3 are no less realistic for us in the individual races.
Вы представляете, стартует 100 человек на Олимпиаде, все-таки урезанные квоты, да?
100 people start at the Olympics. Still, the quotas are cut. I believe that these 100 people have equal chances. That is, everyone has only one chance. And I do not think that Dalmayer has better chances than I do. And the question is not whether I'm stronger or weaker. This is the Olympics. And this is one start in 4 years. Anything can happen.
И может случиться что угодно.
There were many occasions when favorites did not always cross the finish line first. Of course, the lucky ones are those who are the strongest and those who really work their fannies off to win the medal.
Как в прошлом году на эстафете упала француженка в обморок. Может, ну, не знаю, камни с неба посыпаться.
So anything can happen. It's just one day in life, but it bears such value. That is to say, if we compare it to the stones in the sea, there are lots of them out of there, but one of them is a pearl. It is the same with the Olympics. There are many days and many starts, but this one is the only one, and you never know what might happen in the end.
Дней много, а стартов в принципе много, а вот этот один, и никогда не знаешь, что может случиться.
Anastasiya's mother and trainer likes making examples of her career. There was a biathlonist Yevhen Redkin in the early 90s. His movement was not outstanding, but his shooting was immaculate. It was thanks to his marksmanship that Redkin made his way to the Olympics in Albertville, 92, and surprised everyone there. For the first 2 milestones, he was nowhere near among the leaders, but near the last milestones, the leaders missed quite a lot, and he never missed a shot. When he proceeded towards the finish line, he was told that he was among the leaders, so he gained a bit of speed and crossed the finish line to become an Olympic champion. Of course, luck sometimes plays a huge role in sports, but in order not to rely on luck, one must train very hard every day. Anastasiya learned the secret of success very well. One cannot just say undoubtedly that they want an Olympic medal or the crystal globe. I believe that to want is not enough. I also have to work hard to win such a prestigious award. It is difficult to determine what you want, because when you want something, you work hard to get it. If it doesn't work out, then it means you did not have a strong enough desire to win it. There is only one globe, so I'm hoping that I want it badly enough. Anastasiya Merkushyna is a true Ukrainian biathlonist and, of course, its future. The leadership of the Biathlon Federation of Ukraine calls her an athlete of the new generation and new formation that has great potential, which simply has to be realized. Clear thinking, motivation, and knowledge of foreign languages. Due to the fact that she understands she has to perform abroad, give press conferences and win, and of course communicate with many people from different countries, she is in complete harmony not only in sports, but also in life. That gives her a great advantage, knowing what she wants in life and what she is capable of doing to get what she wants. And I think that we will help her get into the big biathlon. Anastasiya Merkushyna had her greatest success at the last World Championship in the Austrian resort town of Hochfilzen. Silver in the women's relay race is a stunning result. By the way, Ukrainians lost just over 6 seconds to the unconditional leader, the German national team. The competition in our team is simply transcendental, hence the results. Just getting into a cherished quartet is a success itself, and nobody is guaranteed that place. As I have already said, I lose it in the relay races. All I do is start the race, and that's it. It was difficult last year when I was the first spare, and Elena had some problems, so I had to shoot instead of her. I did not know until the beginning of the race whether or not I was competing in it. I realized that I wasn't, but everything could have changed at any moment. The uncertainty was the worst, but here I knew my stage, what I had to do, and who my rivals are. But here I knew my stage, what I had to do, and who my rivals were. Merkushyna reminds of her mother in many ways, particularly with her sports figure and technique. So it sometimes happens that when her fans encourage Anastasiya, they call her Irina instead. The biathlonist is surprised by that, but her mother, watching her daughter, also finds herself inside her. When I was skiing, I used to throw my hands aside absent-mindedly, and now she has the same problem, which she can't fix yet. I got rid of it at the age of 28, when I was quite a bit more experienced. We did not have cameras at that time, so I could not look at myself from a side, and it was difficult to explain something to me. Moreover, we were switching from the classicals to skates. Nobody could explain the technique to us and how to do it correctly. Today, biathlon takes up almost all of Anastasiya's free time. She is single-minded, very persistent, and has a strong character. She tries not to waste her focus thinking about petty things. But when she has free time, she likes reading books or gift shopping for her parents and younger sister Alexandra, who, by the way, also does biathlon. I enjoy shopping, but it is different for me. That is, I like going around sports stores. I like finding something for the house, like a nice frying pan or a steamer or something else like that. I like buying something for my sister, my mother and dad, but not for myself. I just don't get a kick out of it. Biathlon today is something more than just tracks, shooting ranges and press conferences. President of the Biathlon Federation of Ukraine, Volodymyr Bryndzak, works very hard for his athletes. He often arranges holidays and evenings of rest for them. Secular parties are not out of the ordinary for Merkushyna, but she feels slight discomfort, because it is difficult to avoid the element of evaluation by other guests attending such parties. I like to be valued, not evaluated. It is a painful subject for me, and I find it easier to just put on a hat, my suit, boots, and be in the race, rather than scour shops for women's shoes. To be honest, I buy anything in the first store I go into. That is, if I need a dress, I'll go to one store and choose something from what the store has to offer. But I will not run around shopping malls looking for something in particular.
По торговым центрам и что-то искать.
Anastasiya Merkushyna's life is very dynamic. She visits different cities and countries with her colleagues every 2 to 3 months. She happens to be at home less and less these days, though she longs for peace and quiet so much. Maybe when I'm done, I would want something different, but at the moment, I want to stay at home, to have my family, children, a house, a dog or a cat, to just stay at my comfortable home and not go anywhere. Today, her life consists of flights, races, training exercises, victory, disappointments, and high hopes. Hopes that her biathlon career will continue to develop leaps and bounds.